Hello and good evening. Welcome to the Art of Film. Welcome and thank you all. It is your host, Andres here. I'm very excited to talk to you guys on our third episode of the Art of Film. We did an episode so far of Federico Fellini's box set part 1, and then the second episode is Godard's Breathless. And now we're going to talk about these top 10, top 100 lists. The problem with this is there's so many great films to talk about. And I get overwhelmed by like, what are we going to talk about next? Like, what would be the episode that people want to hear? Is it me talking about Jaws? Is it 2001 Space Odyssey? Is it Citizen Kane? What should we just hit right now? Early on, because there are so many great films. And I was thinking, well, let's talk about the top 10. What have I seen? So there's a lot of organizations out there. There's a lot of lists. Everyone loves lists. You got your lists of your top 10, top 100, whatever. I have always been partial to AFI, American Film Institute, because I'm an Americano, okay? I was born here. I have lived in 3 other countries. I did live in South America for a couple years, so I've been around the world a little bit, but I'm American. And so American Film Institute, that's kind of what I've been, that's my standard. But looking at the top 100, I've seen 72. Now, the other 29 of those films are mostly older films, Charlie Chaplin, Buster Keaton, things like that. Things in the 30s and 40s, which I haven't seen. But I will be rectifying, so don't you worry. I'll be seeing those, because it's like, okay, I gotta see them. But when I went through AFI and I wrote these down, then I went to IMDB, looked at their list, and then I went to BFI, which is more European, and I'm looking at these lists and I'm thinking, okay, there's some overlap, there's some different interesting things. Let's go through these. Let's go through these top 10s, and I will spend a little moment on each one. But really what I want to do is figure out what I'm going to do next. So comment below. Let me know if there's a particular film you want me to cover that's like, hey, dude, let's talk about this. Let's do it. Because I want to talk about tone, theme, those kind of things in films. And of course we can talk about production, plot, stuff like that. But really, tone and theme and like the feeling, the things that we're trying to get out of this, I think is the most important. And we haven't even talked about documentaries. Like, that's just like a whole nother thing that I love too. So let's start here. Let's look at AFI's top 10 list, okay? Let's do it. Come on. Okay, AFI's list is not going to surprise anybody. It is pretty much what you would expect. Citizen Kane is number 1. I love Citizen Kane. I know there are some out there that are like, here's the thing about Citizen Kane. You have to remember that a lot of the reason why it's number 1 is because of the timing. The fact that these techniques, these shots, and storytelling ideas were new at this time. This was him really pioneering, as far as American, some really interesting ideas. So Citizen Kane, the storytelling, the forward, backwards, all that kind of stuff that's in there is pretty cool, pretty darn cool. And as far as American, remember, these are American top 10s. So that's why Citizen Kane. And I think it holds up. Some people don't. You know what? You're wrong. It holds up, okay? Number 2, no big surprise here, is Godfather. Everyone loves Godfather. Some people think Godfather 2 is better. I see that. I'm not sure I'm there, but it's really close. It's really close. I mean, Godfather 2 is cool because you got these 2 parallel stories. It's long as crud. You got, so you see, you have Michael, and then you go back to his father as a young man, played by Bobby. And Godfather's 2 good, but Godfather 1 with Brando and everything is brilliant. 3, Casablanca. Now, some people don't like Casablanca, my wife being one of them. She's asleep though, so. I like Casablanca. I like the Play It Again Sam. I like the ending. Frank Godano. I like all that stuff. I think Casablanca's great. So it should be up there. Raging Bull is number 4. Again, not a... Raging Bull is interesting because this is really... I feel like Raging Bull is kind of now going into the... almost like the French New Wave style of doing things. Really... Well, not French New Wave. Let me back up. No, it's really the kind of neorealism of Fellini. You're really looking at these character study. You're doing these characters. It's a life of a person. It's kind of like La Strada in a way. I mean, and Scorsese's a big Fellini fan. So Fellini fan. So you can kind of see some of that. Raging Bull's great. I mean, the acting is just brilliant. The transformation, the physicality, that's good. No surprise there. 5, Singing in the Rain. I just saw this year, actually. Singing in the Rain it's really good. It's, as far as musicals go, and Fred Astaire, and the dancing, and the choreography, and the movement, it's brilliant. So, no surprise. Gone with the Wind. I just saw this 2 months ago. I loved Gone with the Wind. I loved it so much that I want to read the book. Like, people have said the book is brilliant. I liked Scarlet. I liked the book. I liked Red. Yeah, dude, I'm a fan of Gone with the Wind. There's a reason why it is so freaking popular. And I don't care what you say. I think it holds up. It is the beginning of the stories of this whole genre of young women coming of age, dating, the whole courtship thing. I mean, it's brilliant. I mean, it kind of began this whole like renaissance of modern teenage angsty romancy stuff. It's good. 7 is Lawrence Arabia. Again, brilliant choice. I have the DVD special edition. Love it. I love those long movies like Lawrence of Arabia, Gone with the Wind, the big epics. You know, Gandhi. I like all those kind of big epic movies. And Lawrence of Arabia is great. Patton's another one of those like big epics. Fan. Patton's not until way down the list though. Okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves. 8 is Schindler's List. Again, what can you say? Schindler's List is, I mean, is it my favorite? Is it my favorite Spielberg? Probably, although I really like Jaws. I like a lot of Spielberg. I have to say Raiders. I have to say Raiders Lost Ark, just because it's that, like, as a kid, Raiders Lost Ark, yeah. But Schindler's List is, I saw Schindler's List, and it tore me apart. It's really good. It's really good. 9 is Vertigo, which is, I think people consider that Hitchcock's best. I don't know if I think it's his best. I really like the weird ones like Rope. And I like, what did I just see? Was it 39 Steps? There was something I just saw. The Men Who Knew Too Much. There's a bunch of the older black and white ones I like, even more than Vertigo. But Vertigo's great. And 10 is Wizard of Oz. Of course, we've all seen that. I think that one also goes to just the filmmaking, some of the new ideas and techniques that were done in there. So no surprises in AFI. Just like, these are all classics. I think it's where they are. I don't know how those move around, if they ever do. Citizen Kane has always been number 1 for years and years. Godfather, Casablanca, Raging Bull. This is all standard. Good. Which of those should I cover? We'll probably cover all of them at some point. I might be 55 by the time we get there, but we'll probably hit all these guys. We got to. Now, let's shift over to the IMDb. Now remember, you might have your list. I got my list, my favorites. IMDb. This is interesting because when you look at IMDb, you think, okay, these are like the people's movies. These are the movies that the people want to see. And it feels a little fanboyish. Let's get there. First is Shawshank Redemption. I cannot argue with that. Adore Shawshank. In my top 10 for sure. Is it better than Citizen Kane? I don't know. It's freaking more modern. It's great. Definitely Frank Darabont's best work. And possibly Stephen King's. Godfather. So Godfather is in the same spot for AFI as IMDb. Third is Dark Knight. And when I saw that, I'm like, okay, this is like, I love that movie. Christopher Nolan's great. Freaking Heath Ledger is great. Okay. But third of all time, really? Like, oof, that's... Godfather 2 is number 4. That's interesting. We just talked about that before, right? The Godfather 1, Godfather 2. The 5th is 12 Angry Men. So I thought that was okay. That's a great movie. I like it. Don't know if it's that good. Here's the one I'm not a big fan of. Or I just feel weird. 6th movie of all time for IMDb is Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. Now, I'm sorry guys, but Fellowship of the Ring is better than Return of the King. Can we just all put that to bed? Fellowship is better than Return of the King. I'm sorry. It is a better film, period. That's my opinion. I'm sticking to it. So when I saw that, Return of the King at number 6, I mean, this is clearly like Metacritic or no, it's just, I don't know how these IMDb stats come, but yeah, not feeling that. This is fanboy stuff. 7th, Pulp Fiction, good movie. Don't know if it's 7. 8th is Schindler's List. Funny because it's also 8th in the AFI too. That's a little... 9th is Inception, very good movie. And 10th is Fight Club, another great movie, probably David Fincher's best work. So you get a sense there of like Shawshank, both Godfathers, Dark Knight, Return of the King, Schindler's List, Pulp Fiction. I mean, these are all, you know, Gen X faves, right? So are they the best though? Don't know. Totally different than the AFI, right? AFI's got Lawrence Arabia, Gone with the Wind, Singing in the Rain, Casablanca, all those classics. IMDb, modern nerd stuff as much. I mean, they don't got Spider-Man in here, but I mean, it's pretty much, you got 2 Christopher Nolans, you got Scorsese, you got Tarantino, you got all the popular guys, Fincher. Okay. Then I said, you know what? Can we find something else? So I went to BFI. BFI is now worldwide, kind of European maybe. I mean, they're definitely more open to European stuff. It's not just American film. So everything. Okay, here's this one. I think I align a little more to this one, just a little FYI. Number 1 BFI is Vertigo. So they say Vertigo's number 1. 2 is Citizen Kane. I mean, okay. I don't necessarily agree to that, but fine. I'll let Citizen Kane go down a little bit. 3rd is Tokyo Story, which I do not know. Black and white film from Japan. I don't know Tokyo Story, but guess what? I'm gonna go find it. So we're gonna talk about that. The other one is a French film. I cannot pronunciate. I don't know French. It's La Règle des Jeux. Règle des Jeux. La Règle des Jeux. That's number 4. Must be good. 5th is Sunrise, A Song of Two Humans. Don't know that movie at all. So I got 3 here that I don't even know, which I'm excited about. 6 is 2001 Space Odyssey. Yeah, I mean, it's a great movie. Is it my favorite Kubrick? I just saw Lolita, by the way. I do want to talk about Lolita. That was really good. Lolita was really good. Is it my best favorite Kubrick? I mean, what else would be my favorite Kubrick? Definitely not Clockwork Orange. I mean, my favorite would be 2001, Space Odyssey, Full Metal Jacket, Eyes Wide Shut. There's one that I'm missing that's like classic that I can't. The Shining. Yeah, I gotta say The Shining over. No, I can't say. No. Damn it. I don't know. Maybe 2001 is my favorite Kubrick. Seven is Searchers. Very cool. Great movie. Probably the best Western. Some would say maybe Unforgiven or Tombstone. But those are good, but Searchers is freaking good. 8, The Man with the Movie Camera. Don't know this film. I think it was Russian. 9 is The Passion of Joan of Arc. And I do want to see that. I've not seen that. That looks kind of fun. Black and White. I think it's Ingmar Bergman, but I could be wrong on that. And number 10 is 8.5 by Fellini, which is brilliant too, right? Noticed no Seventh Seal on here, or Virgin Spring, which you might think. I mean, there's a lot of like classic foreign. No Breathless. I think Breathless actually was down like 11 or 12 in this list. So there are those like kind of classic foreign films. Probably 400 Blows is somewhere down there, or Truffaut. So I probably now align a little bit more to the BFI as far as like interest, although there are some things here I don't even know. So that's these kind of 3 lists. I thought it was kind of interesting to like write these down. Now every other website's got their like favorites. What are your favorites? Give me your top 10s. I'll just, at the top of my little skull cap, I'll tell you some of my favorites. Top of my head. Other than these, because Shawshank Redemption would definitely be there. I don't think I'd put Godfather, actually. I like Godfather, but I wouldn't put it. Shawshank would be there. What is things that I just adore? I do love I do love Lord of the Rings. I do love Raiders of the Lost Ark. I like the original Star Wars. Okay, I'm a nerd. I like Boyhood a lot from Richard Linklater. I like Shining. As far as horror goes, Alien, Shining, Jaws, Alien, Shining, Jaws, The Thing. You know, those are like the 4, classic horror stuff. Seven Samurai. They didn't have Seven Samurai in here. I mean, you got Kurosawa. You got to put Seven Samurai in here. I mean, I'm just looking. What do I got here? Ron is great. These are all my Japanese guys. But yeah, I mean, what else? That's it. That's it for now for me as far as I love Shawshank Redemption too. But man, have I said that 5 times already? That's my list. That's what we're talking about today. That's it. We're done. I want to know what we're going to do next. So we did Breathless. We did Fellini's part 1. We did this episode 3. 4, stay tuned. We'll find out what it is. I don't know. But as you can see, there are tons to talk about. And I'm excited about it. So thank you all for joining me this evening for The Art of Film. And I hope you have a great, wonderful rest of your evening or morning or day, wherever you are. And we'll talk to you guys mañana. Bye.